Hello and welcome to Tutorial CU. My name is Yannick and in this video I want to show you how you can set up a RESTful API with ASP.NET Core Minimal API. And we will start by just creating a new ASP.NET Core empty project, so no example code at all. Alright, so there we go. Here's our program. And you can see that we have a get endpoint which returns hello world when we go to the default route. Now a minimal API just simplifies the process of building general APIs and makes it more accessible for all kinds of developers, whether this is beginner or more advanced, right? So it's an easy introduction into API development, you could say it that way. And well, it's a good use case for simple APIs. So if you have basic CRUD operations, you can choose a minimal API and really speed up your development process. But if you have more complex projects, we will get to that later, minimal API is maybe not your best bet. Awesome. Let's just start the application and see what happens. Alrighty, so as you can tell, as usually when we start the application, we have our local host here. So our application is now hosted and live, and we can see hello world here. So we have a get request at that path. Awesome. So let me just shut that down. So if we would like to set up another get request, for example, we could simply copy that over here, say map get, let's create a /hi endpoint, which would then return hi. So in that case, for sure, when we start the application and we go to our /hi endpoint and submit the get request, you can see that we will get hi. Now, if we would like to add a post endpoint so that we can send data to our application, let's just first of all create any kind of class for any kind of, let's call it, well, item, public class item, let's say prop. We got an integer ID. Let me just show that here, integer ID. And then we simply have a prop string nullable, call it name. There we go. Now we have our class here, our information, our, well, entity that we can submit. Now let's create another endpoint, and you can see that's really fast in comparison to creating controllers and all of that, right? So we simply say app.mapPost. Let's create a new endpoint. Let's say /items. Now let's take an item here, item, and then let's say goes to, and now we can configure whatever we want to do with that item. So for now, I just want to return any kind of results. So let's say return results.ok. Now, to be honest, from an ideal or from a more professional side of view, you would return a created here, right? And then submit the actual URI of that created item, right? But we don't want to do that right now. I just want to give you a brief introduction on how to set up endpoints and how you can group them. Anyway, if we would now use Postman or whatever and construct an item object in JSON format and submit it to the /items endpoint, we would be able to get that item right here. Great. Another cool functionality of the minimal API is the grouping. But before we get to that, make sure to check out our C# Progress Academy, which is a self-paced online course that teaches you ASP.NET Core in depth with Angular, unit testing, and even C# software design patterns. We offer a 14-day money-back guarantee, and I'm absolutely sure that this is the fastest way on how you can progress as a developer. As you can see right here, right, you're a C# developer, you will learn ASP.NET and Angular, RESTful API development, entity framework, SQL, software architecture, unit testing, and so on. So you can find the link in the description below or popping up right now at the top right corner. And if you have not subscribed to our channel already, go ahead and subscribe right now so that you no longer miss any upcoming C# and .NET related videos that help you become a better software developer. Now, if we want to add a group, for example, we could simply go ahead and say var, let's just call it items group, equals to app.mapGroup. We can use that method here and then simply provide like a group URL, let's say API, for example, /API. And now instead of using app.mapGet, app.mapPost, we can say itemsgroup.mapGet, right? So we assign those endpoints that we are configuring right here so that the actual endpoints will become /API/items, for example, to post something, or /API/hi. So let's give it a try. Let's start our application one more time. There we go. Now we do not see anything right now, and that's totally fine because we have to go to /API. Now you can see hello world. If we go to /API/hi, you can see hi. And if we would like to create something, we'll go to items, right? And then send the post request to that one, but I cannot execute it because we haven't configured a get request for that specific endpoint. Awesome. So yeah, that's basically the grouping concept of the minimal API. Now we not only have map get and map post, but we also have map delete and map put, for example, for deleting items and updating items. So yeah, if your next project has to be a simple API with CRUD operations, let's say managing invoices, managing products or whatever, you can use a minimal API, but it comes with some limitations. First of all, as an example, you have no possibility to show any kind of views or templates, so there is no way for rendering stuff. Also, you don't have all the configuration options and middleware options that you would have in a default ASP.NET Core application. And if you build huge applications, for sure you want to keep a nice project structure, which is kind of hard with the minimal API. And that's it for this video. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, check out our C# Progress Academy, and I'll be happy to see you back in the next video. Have a good one.